my name's Zahir. I'm Amaar's dad, and I used to be his boxing coach.
Yes, Enrique, you alright? Alright, bro. Yeah. Another? Right. This is it?
So he's trained?
Yeah, this was, when I was amateur, I was training here. So yeah. I had all 47 fights were out of this gym. Actually, no, I'm lying there. Not all 47. I had 2 before this gym was open. And then when this gym opened, obviously I started training with my dad and that.
I started them off doing boxing from a very early age. Even at home, yeah, I bought him a pair of boxing gloves, and we were doing boxing at home.
When we started, none of this were here. It was just mutts. And most of us were like chubby. There was no skill to it. We just used to box, fight. And yeah, and then when I was like 13, 14, we started taking it seriously. And then I think I had my first fight at 14. And since then, I haven't looked back. I've just been on the grind ever since.
From the beginning, he had an absolute talent for boxing. I tried to push him towards MMA actually, but he said no. He made a decision. He said, I want to go boxing. And yeah, I think he's just born for it with regards to his intelligence and his ability. I mean, we had him in national championships after 3 bouts, fighting, highly ranked amateur boxers.
To be honest, they all started at home, really. Training with my dad, step by step, training with my dad, and then obviously he opened the gym. I must have been about 11, 12. And then obviously I was a bit chubby at the age of about 11, 12. I started training, doing boxing, doing a bit of MMA, just messing about really, not taking it serious. And then at the age of like 13, 14, I thought, you know what, I might as well give this a go. So I lost a bit of weight. And then age of 14, I had my first fight. I had my first skills bout at age of 14, amateur bout, yeah. And then it just went on from there.
From a very early age, I like I say, I work in probation, and I've spent my life working with people. And with him, he could take to things very quickly, especially when it involves sport. So if you could show him something, a technique, and he'd pick it up very, very fast. And I think that's what's been his speed in his development. So as a child, I couldn't ask for any better, really. Yeah, and even now as an adult, he never give me no trouble.
I did quite well as an amateur. I accomplished a bit, like everything I wanted to, I did as an amateur. I boxed for England, I won national titles, I won regional titles, several of them too, so yeah, I've done quite well. And then when the time was right, I turned pro, yeah, it wasn't too bad.
I think he boxed about 37 bouts. In that 37, like I say, he won 2 national titles, 2 times runner-up national, I think 7 Yorkshire regional titles. He won the Yorkshire youth belt, and he kind of developed very, very fast. So So what we done, we actually sat down just before we got this offer from Frank Warren, and we were kind of contemplating whether we stay amateur or whether we turn pro. Now I think, knowing him like I do, I could almost sense that he'd fallen out of love with the amateur game, and it was just the right time for him to make that step for the pro game. Because what I did, I had him sparring very, very, very high level professionals, and I'm on very high level, and I could just see him. He just wanted to turn professional, and he was saying, "This is better for me. I got more time. I can enjoy my work." So I think it was exact right time for turning pro. We had a very close friend of ours, Ali Mahmood, this TB Promotions. I'm not sure if you know of him. He's involved in the boxing circuit, very big. And we got a call and saying, you know, what you doing? What are you doing with your career? You staying amateur? You want to go pro? And we said, yeah, we want to go pro, to be honest. And he says, okay, maybe we can get this deal with Frank. And I thought, right, yeah, you know, whatever, you know, because this is a dream almost, isn't it? For every amateur, you dream about Frank Warren, Eddie Hearn, you know, MTK, you know, these guys, and that's how it come about. So I said, yeah, we'll turn pro. We got everything back from Frank Warren's team saying, just sign on the line.
When I'm not doing sprints, I'm doing weightlifting. I do my weights here. Sometimes Tuesdays and Fridays I'll do weights, like heavy lifting. And then I have another. I do my deadlifts and all Olympic lifting with in a gym called Yorkshire Strength in Pontefract. So yeah, I do a lot of lifting. I think I'm big believer. We're big believers in lifting. When Ramadan's on, like I'm always taking over. Do you know, when I'm fasting, I always I lift weights for a month. Instead of doing, I'll do very rare cardio. It's very hard doing cardio whilst fasting, so I'll train an hour before, but I'll do a lot of lifting. So yeah, and sometimes here and there I'll do a little run, maybe. That's about it. But it feels good. I was saying it to the lads in gym today, Niall and the lads. We feel, even Adam was saying it, like we feel stronger lifting whilst fasting than I do when I'm not fasting. I don't know what it is, but I feel very strong when I'm fasting and I'm lifting weight. But without it, yeah, because this guy.
World heavyweight champion. Yeah, warrior.
You got a WWE belt.
Plastic for beer. 10 kg that is.
You did it. The thing is, like, this gym is known for the hard work. Like, obviously we chill, we're having a laugh now, but when we're actually training, there's no messing about. It's all hard work here. But I think
This is the beginning. This is where you're going.
yeah, this is where I start. Now I think that's why we got so many champions. We had like a reputation for the very fit gym, very, you know, tough gym. As amateurs, as a record, we've got a very good record. So yeah, reputation and all is quite mad. So yeah.
I sat down and I thought, I'm not sure if I'm getting the best out of him anymore, because I've trained him from a child, and I think that voice wasn't having the same impact. That's what I felt. What do I do? So we sat down and we thought, where do we go with regards to coaches, boxing coaches? There's loads. We looked everywhere, London, we looked in Birmingham, Manchester, Sheffield, and I think we all three of us aimed at Pat. Number one, I think one thing we didn't want to do is for someone to change his style, and we watch Zelfa, we watch Lyndon, and the flair, they have that flair. Same with Amaar. So we thought, okay, let's try Pat.
That's good, right? The only thing you got to keep everything doing, keep everything loose. Because that back and forth, yeah, when you go back, you're hoping that they're going to follow you. You're going to bring them in. So when you go in there, you go back, you bring them in. You get me? Yeah. Where you don't bring them in and rush that shot. Step. And it's practically effortless. That's why I'm always saying to you, don't cut the rhythm off.
Pat is a total boxing guy, but I know he's not going to take no, he's not going to get. And I'm saying I train my lads with discipline, and I expect I expect it back, and I think Pat is same. So right, I got on the phone. I says, Pat, he said, yeah, come over. Let me see what you're about. And that's where that decision come about. I think I kind of initially instigated it, but I had to have someone else to make that decision with me.
I went for sparring once. Can't remember what sparring, but I went down for sparring. And we've always, my brother, my dad, we've always liked the way Pat teaches. So, and obviously watching Zelfa, watching Lyndon, and so then I thought, after my first fight, I wanted a little change. So my dad was like, let's see which any coaches about. The first person we went to was Pat. We had a week of just trying it out, and yeah, straight away loved it. Just the way he was, just technical. He's a perfectionist, and I just love that about him. So yeah, that's another thing that got me wanting to go with Pat Barrett. Yeah.
The way you've been boxing now, that's part of what you have to do. It's a rhythm. You don't go through closed doors. You wait for doors to open. And what I mean by that is, it's always better to fight opponents that throw back than opponents that are there to survive. Because opponents that are there to survive, they never want to open the door. Yeah. So you're just going to be chasing them, and it's boring. People don't want to see that. Yeah. So what you've got to do, you've got to make them do what you want them to do. And that's why in that shadow boxing, what you was doing, part of that is you're learning to stay focused, because a lot of young prospects find shadow boxing boring, but you did it very well. And part of that is keeping that rhythm. So now we're going to work on that. All right? We'll light straight at the same time. Snatch. No, what do you feel the difference?
They're heavy, innit?
Yeah, make it effortless. It's like, see, like you throw a jab, bam. Yeah, with all the right others, bam. Because it's timing. Speed is timing. I just like, plap, come over it. But I'm not coming like over it. I'm sitting here, I'm watching it. And just as soon as you throw it, I time it. Do you understand me? So sometimes I could go like that. I could throw, you feint the jab. See what I'm saying? That would be my reaction, is I was going to counter it, where I wouldn't commit, but I'm about to commit, and I know when to stop. So if I'm reading, now you throw it, bam! You know what I'm saying? I'm watching for it, right? And that's what keeps that there. So even though I was going to let it loose, I can also feint with it myself. Think about it. Think about it. The noise, the effect. Better. Don't try and make something that you can already do.
I personally believe you gotta be when you're doing the hard training, you gotta have someone who's gonna be there to motivate you, get you through that whatever you're doing, circuit, sparrings, etc. But like when we were doing technical stuff, he's very until you understand it. He's like Pat. Until you understand it, he won't get off you. So he'll make you, he'll stay on you and until you get it right. And then obviously in fights, he's very calm because he knows obviously we've done all the hard work, and there's nothing left. So he's very calm in the corner. So yeah, he's got all three ways. Yeah.
See, this father-son relationship can be quite tricky. And lucky we had a good relationship all round. But I were his dad, I'm his coach, I were his mentor, I were his dietitian. Everything I was doing for him. And I think I just thought maybe he needs a bit of space from me, and just open his ideas to other coaches and other skills. And I knew Amaar would take to anybody because I think over the years he's such a, like I say, he's a perfect student, and I knew he would take to anyone, but it was somebody like Pat that's going to get the best out of him, and I know he is absolutely, and I know Amaar respects him the same that he respects me, and Pat is same with Amaar, and that connection I think is special. I'm already seeing it, and I think for the future that relationship they've got is something else.
Throw it all the way out there. Yeah. There we go. I'll make it effortless. Look at the rhythm. See that foot? Don't be there with that foot. You're only working with one leg. That pushing him, it's no balance. You got one. You in and out. You got one. One challenging, one pull. Do you know what I mean? Same thing what we said before. So feel the feet. So don't use the same leg. You go in, you go out. It's like the dance, like that waltz. You go in. No, don't jump in. Slide. So any small count, any small punch, you just that in and out, away from it. Feint. Then. Now don't wait, relax. Eyes have got to be quicker than your hands. There we go. Always keep that right hand tight. Yeah. Come up with another jab straight away. So, see what I'm saying? Yeah. Loosen it up. Too heavy. Come on now. Every one of them is just speed. Yeah. What you're doing is you're offsetting with the jab. Get the rhythm going. But look, number one, you like this. Too anxious waiting. Wait, relax. Wait with comfortable. Wait with ease. Right? No, too heavy. Come on now, lighten the jab. Speed. Speed. Loose. All the way out. There. There we go. All the way out. There. There we go. Now come up with the other one. There we go. Now get a rhythm. Yeah. Yes.
Amaar has a very deep-rooted kind of story behind him, as we do as a family. And without religion, I don't think we'd be here. And without boxing, I think Amaar and as a family we wouldn't be here also. And I don't know if Amaar, he don't like to get that out there, but Amaar, we had a lot of tragedies, in a lot of deaths, and he lost his brother very early on, and then he lost a very, very, very close auntie, which was like his mum, very, very close. In fact, 2 weeks apart. I think after that, then he lost his grandfather, and a few years ago, he lost an uncle who was like me. He was like a father. In fact, he was more to them than I am, if I can say that.
My brother passed away, my uncle passed away, my granddad passed away. So there was a lot of like deaths in the family. It was a hard time, but obviously when stuff like this happens, you pray and you get together and you get through it as a family. And yeah, religion was a massive thing. It got us through all these bad times. Yeah.
And I'm going to say openly, there's two things that kept us going. And number one was religion, his faith, and number two was boxing. In that, it kept him focused in his life. I think without the boxing and religion, I don't know where we'll be. And for Amaar, it's huge. It gives him that belief, it gives him that confidence in who he is and what he is. So without religion, yeah, Amaar is not Amaar. We as a team, small team, we talk, we sit down, I discuss things with him. So yeah, we didn't really get involved in too much drama. This is what he knows, that this is what he wants, and I'm absolutely sure he knows what he needs to do to achieve success. So he's always been grounded, and even now, like you know, if you chat to him, he don't really do much. He'll stay at home, play PlayStation, go out now and again. He's in the gym at home, in the gym at home, and I don't think I could ask for anything else. I just need to keep him there, you know, because there's a lot of distractions out there. When you get out there and you get a bit of name for yourself, or you know, people want to pull you, push you here. But I got confidence that he's got a good group of friends around him also, and his brother, one of his biggest kind of supporters, and me, and we got a close team that kind of pull him back, you know, if he needs to be. And now I think with Pat is even more, you know, absolutely Pat will be grounded, and that's what it's about. I don't think for Amaar it's about the fame. I don't think for Amaar it's about the money. It's about the boxing, the success. And I think, I don't know if you mentioned, Amaar is very big on kind of helping others. So he wants to be in a place where he can give back to others, and that's another thing with religion and with giving and helping others. Hopefully, keep him grounded.
Yes!
Oh, don't throw it down. When you throw it down,
Yes! Yes!
throw it straight, so you want it to be like a snake's tongue.
Yes!
When you see that there, shoot straight. Yeah.
Yes! Yes!
Where you cut your arm? Stay there. Look it forward.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
One move. Throw it out. There we go.
Yes!
Yeah. Now stop. Snatch it back.
I think one thing that we've realised, I think from a very early age, is Amaar has an attraction, and even in his amateur days, you know, he could get 100 people to his fights, and he had this attraction. Now, what I want to say, absolutely, is a big thank you for. We live in Dewsbury, Batley, Heckmanwijk, Ravensthorpe. There's a huge area which is linked to this area, and they come out, they turn up, and you know, we took nearly 300 down to Birmingham, and we call it a Barmy Army, Akbar's Barmy Army, and absolutely, and I'd just like to say thank you to all these people, because without the fans and without the support, Amaar can't do what he's doing, and it's just going to get bigger. And I'm just proud that we're from this area and we're representing this area, absolutely representing our community and Yorkshire, you know. But it's going to get bigger, I know that. So thank you to everyone.
Yeah, I think it's not even just this. I think it's like West Yorkshire, Bradford, Leeds, Dewsbury, like everyone. When I fight, this whole town, like right now, as we've seen it, it was very quiet. When I fight, it's this whole town, the Dewsbury town, it's rammed. Like it's like a fight week. You know, it's a fight week when I'm fighting. It's mad, and they pay the hard-earned money to come wherever they come wherever I fight, and yeah, just a massive shout out to all of them. Just a big thank you for all the support.